Hex.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, no, it's the Miracle Druid.
Okay.
Interesting.
Wow, okay, yeah. It's a big telltale sign here. The Moonfire synergizes well with the Gadgets and Auctioneers. You want to draw through your deck and go into those win conditions. Very similar to Miracle Rogue, except Druid goes towards the Force of Nature Savage Roar, or just Savage Roar in general if you have a lot of tokens on the board.
Look at that double lava burst in Noxious's hand, though. He's wearing a wizard hat.
Wow.
Look at that. That's pretty fitting for him on account of that double lava burst.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be flinging spells this game.
Yeah, he's like Crazy Mage from yesterday.
Yeah, except he's an actual crazy
he is
mage.
Literally a crazy mage.
Yeah.
There we go. Max deciding to keep that Innervate. Again, this is the Miracle Druid that we've seen come into popularity recently. I think popularized by Life Coach on his stream.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He was definitely playing it at DreamHack earlier.
Yep.
And knowing Life Coach, that game started about 3 hours ago, so it's probably about halfway done.
Yeah, probably. He loves the rope. So Max just going to decide, Noxious just going to decide to totem and pass. And yeah, tricky spot here for Max's Miracle Druid because he's still a little bit of ways from getting that Gadget Sand Power Spike or the Violet Teacher spell combo. Noxious looking happy. He's showboating for the camera a little bit. I think he's happy with that one. He was afraid that it was going to be the start of the miracle, the Moonfires and the Innervates, keeping that Gadget Sand going.
Yeah, he's trying to think. Does he want a Lava Burst to this target? And it looks like that answer is going to be a resounding no. Doesn't feel like it. Doesn't feel real good to. Doesn't feel real good to Lava Burst the Azure Drake.
Yeah, especially since unlike Miracle Rogue, Miracle Druid doesn't have the conceal. So Gadget Sand is still weak to those single target removal spells. Like
the Gadget Sand is naked.
It's a naked Gadget Sand.
Yeah.
Weak to both Lava Burst, Hex, public decency laws. Also, I didn't know where you were going with that, TJ. TJ's kind of looking at me funny, like, say something.
Naked without a diaper.
Oh, no. that goes back between us. That's my least favorite phrase in all of esports shoutcasting. Anyway.
All right, well,
this is the silence now.
Pretty good way to deal with this deal with this pesky Harvest Golem. And now Nox is probably wishing, man, I should have Lava Bursted that Azure Drake.
Yep. Although there is the Hex that he is also looking for. It's Hex or Lava Burst that is a good way to deal with those Violet Teachers and Gadget Sand Auctioneers. And lucky for Noxious, he's got all three in his hand.
Yeah, the Gnomish Inventor as well is really good for this board because it'll trade with the Azure Drake and it's actually just going to go ahead and Earthshock that out. Not going to have that Earthshock for later in the game if there's going to be a Gadget Sand Auctioneer who doesn't have any way to deal with it, but those Lava Bursts are
spicy. So I think what you were going to say. There we go.
Yeah,
Violet Teacher coming down with Claw. Claw going to be able to combo with the Keeper of the Grove and take out this Gnomish Inventor. Building a nice board for himself here. This is around the time Miracle Druid starts to get a bit crazy.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting what Noxious wants to do to deal with it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if this draws a Lava Burst because next turn it's a little bit rough because next turn would be the natural Fire Elemental turn. And he would be able to do that being overloaded by 2.
He might just want to Hex it. Hex won't overload him. He can just roll a totem and Hex the Violet Teacher. That way he can still put down the Fire Elemental on curve, or he has the Lava Burst to deal with future threats. If he Lava Bursts now, he's going to have a 4 mana turn 6, and that is not as strong.
Yeah. And if judging by the Violet Teacher, he's got to know that this is either a Token Druid or the Miracle Druid.
Wow.
So
a Rockbiter instead.
In that situation, what else would you Hex? What other bigger targets are there for you to Hex? Especially since he has 2 of them, he can be a little bit liberal with those, and how about he decides not to?
Shade of Next. Ramus comes down. No spells in hand that he can use with the Gadget Sand.
Oh, look at that symmetry, that hand symmetry.
Wow.
Ooh.
Looks good.
That's nice.
The double cards for both guys. There's the Wild Growth. That is a really strong turn 10 play with the Gadget Sand because you get 3 cards in Miracle Druid. You get the initial cast of Wild Growth, and then you use the excess mana, which innately draws a card, and of course, because it's a spell itself, it gets you a 3rd one.
Yeah. You missed that turn. He did that turn as fast as you could possibly do a Hearthstone
I did miss
turn.
it. Yeah, exactly. Noxious happy to put down that fire elemental on curve like we talked about.
Ooh, here comes the.
Here it comes.
What's he gonna draw?
Ooh.
I don't think that's what he wanted. Wild Growth, probably not the best. The turn 10 Gadgetzan Wild Growth draws you 3 cards. The 3-card combination. Oh, that's big right there.
That's not bad, though. It is going to keep the 4/4 alive. Here comes the Lava Burst, and that is a lot of removal that Max just spent to clear Noxious's board.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he was trying to protect his Gadgetzan Auctioneer, but in the process he gave up some tokens which could have been used for that Force of Nature Savage Roar combo. Usually those Miracle Druids run 2 combos. Actually, 98.6% of the time.
Yep. You definitely want the double Savage Roar because of the Violet Teacher.
And just the miracle aspect of the, since you're running so many low-cost spells, your win conditions are limited, and you're not going to win from board control alone. Well, sometimes you are, but you really rely on having multiple Savage Roars and multiple Force of Natures, but not quite as important.
Here's where Lava Burst is a great card, though. 5 damage innately. Really good at dealing with these Violet Teachers that Max is trying to get down on the board, get those tokens up, and then go for the Savage Roar win.
I think right now he's afraid of Lightning Storm. He hasn't seen the Lightning Storm yet. Playing that Shade into Lightning Storm gives Noxious so much value. You're clearing the tokens, getting a lot of damage onto that Violet Teacher, which could be cleared pretty easily with like a Lightning Bolt or just a Rock Biter. So he might want to try and draw out a little bit of AoE removal before you place the Shade, but right now, since he's got defined win conditions in his hand, he has the Force Nature Savage Roar combo next turn, and I believe that would be lethal even from 26 health. 14, 19, 24. It would be lethal.
It's 14 damage innate.
He has 28 damage next turn, I believe.
Yeah.
Even with that.
So it's going to be
19,
4 on the board. Oh, yeah, Moonfire on top.
24. No, that's lethal.
14 innate from Force of Nature Savage Roar.
That's lethal.
Plus 4 on the board is 18. Plus...
the Hex.
Right, exactly. Plus an extra 6 is... Okay, now I lost count again.
Come
Let's
on,
just
man.
say it's lethal.
Is he going to be at 2 health or not?
All right, since Max is counting it now, we get to count one more time. Are you ready, TJ? 14.
I already counted it. 8. I think it's exact lethal.
Okay, we'll count. I'll let the game do the work. With Moonfire, I think it's exact lethal.
Yeah.
Oh!
What?
Oh, no. No spell power. That's 1 day.
Oh.
Oh, okay, good. See, this is why you count, TJ. Ooh. Players like Max, they don't make the mistakes that we do.
What health would he have been at?
He would have been at 1 health.
Great job.
Thank you.
It's a little bit less than 2 health, which is your expertise, your forte.
It is.
Yeah.
But you know what they say, those who can't do, cast. And the fact that both of us just missed that lethal, I think the adage proves true.
Yeah.
Either way, though, Noxious in a really rough spot.
I blame it on the Moonfire was glowing when he had the Azure Drake. So it just stuck in my head.
Oh, yeah. 2 damage spell for 0.
Yeah.
It's broken, man.
That's so broken.
It is funny to think about Miracle Druid, though, just as a concept. Miracle Rogue was popular for so long, and Druid's got 2 0-mana spells.
Oh, and he top decks the Force of Nature. But, of course, Shamans don't really have any ways to gain health, so it was only a matter of time before he drew into something that was going to finish the game. So, Max
and the Control Priest, even Control Warriors from Phrase.
Yeah.
It is interesting to see a slightly different meta in the ESL Legendary Series.
Yeah. So this is a great opening hand for Max here to be able to deal with Honor. Zombie Chow is one of the greatest early aggro stoppers. And, of course, Wild Pyromancer, you can tell he's playing that Control Priest that we saw yesterday. If it's the same deck, he's running that Silence. And he's also running, I don't know if can't remember if we saw Holy Smites. But just so many ways to be able to deal with a lot of those creatures. And that's a pretty good hand.
Yeah. All right, so Lepronome down on turn 1 for Noxious. We saw the loot hoarder, and that's kind of tipping us off that it's maybe a bit more mid-rangey. Still the Undertaker-style Death Rattle Hunter deck that we've seen a lot of recently, but
yeah,
loot hoarder. There's his other loot hoarder. A great way to cycle through your deck to some of the other cards you want, instead of just being an innately powerful 2-drop like a Mad Scientist or some other card.
Yeah.
This is the exact same opening we saw Max run yesterday, though. He put down the Zombie Chow on turn 1, and then turns 2 and 3 just healed it back up to full, and it was great board control against the Hunter opponent he faced.
Yeah, this is ridiculous value from the Zombie Chow. He's going to get an axe swing from it, too. So, in good shape. And Noxious' hand isn't that great. Loot Hoarder is actually a card that a lot of Hunters on ladder now have been dropping out of their decks. It's great with that Undertaker, but it's not that great when you draw it at the later stages of the game, because as a Hunter, sometimes you get down to where you just need that reach, and Loot Hoarder is just not going to provide you with that reach.
But with tracking in that deck as well, I just kind of think like this is, we're going to see Noxious's deck curve high.
Yeah.
Like with tracking, you don't want to draw an Undertaker or a Haunted Creeper. You want to get your Yetis, your Houndmasters, your Savannah Highmanes.
Well, with the Loot Hoarders in his deck, I don't know what he has room for with those mid-range creatures. He has to drop Sledge Belchers out of the deck, or he has to drop the Yetis or the Houndmasters out of the deck to be able to fit those in, usually. Tracking as well.
Yeah.
Some Hunters might put it in place of like a Flare, but...
Double Animal Companion.
Oh, yes!
That's a great minion to... If you are to play this mid-range style a bit more aggressively focused against a Priest, which you really need to do because they stabilize so well, Huffer is one of the best ways to deal with it.
That was a freezing trap?
I believe so, yeah.
It came from the Mad Scientist.
Yeah. If this is a mid-range Hunter, we're not likely to see the snake traps. Maybe an explosive trap.
Yeah.
The most likely thing is that trap exists for value, and it's probably going to be a freezing trap.
So... This turn, it's turn 6, and he has a Savannah Hyman in his hand, but he doesn't want to leave his Huffer out there to dry.
Great tracking into Loatheb there from Noxious against a Control Priest. That is a very strong card.
Yeah, and especially if he picks the Mad Scientist or the Freezing Trap, he's going to run into a problem. Loatheb's almost an automatic choice. If he picks the Mad Scientist, he's discarding the Freezing Trap, which means that's one less trap from his deck that Mad Scientist is going to be able to pull from.
Yeah.
And I just think Loatheb just fits it so much better.
Yep.
The rest
Keep in mind, because people may not have seen tracking in a while, these two cards will be discarded.
Yes.
Scientist and Freezing Trap are out of the deck if he picks Loatheb. Wow, so Loatheb is no longer an option for him. He wants that Sludge Belcher gone.
Yeah. And let me tell you a story about me learning the hard way that tracking discarded your cards. It was back when Hunter wasn't as popular. Long, long ago.
I was like an old man.
I was running Leroy in my deck, and I tracking it at one point, and I picked a different card over Leroy. And then I played the entire game, going all the way to my last card in fatigue, waiting for that Leroy because it would have given me lethal the whole game. And Leroy never popped in my deck.
That's sad.
I spent 5 minutes going back to my deck list saying, there is a Leroy in there. I saw it when I tracked.
And then it hit you.
And then it hit me. I'm an idiot.
Like a ton of bricks. It happens to the best of us, man. Don't worry.
The one time you'd want to get Leok.
Yeah,
well,
seriously.
Actually, no, because
he got the kill command. Yeah, this is great. He could just get rid of that bow if he wants and push 5 damage to the Hunter's face. Is that what he decides to do? There's no way he's sacrificing Huffer here or the 5 points of damage. I mean, Noxious has to be thinking about his win conditions right now because he's down to only 2 cards. Priest is one of those classes where you can't win with Hunter power alone. They don't work like other classes. The clock doesn't exist. Priest has no concept of time. He can just keep healing his face, cast spells like Holy Fire, and it's easy for him to stabilize the board. Look at this. Pyromancer and then Holy Fire the Leok. That's a board clear.
That is a board clear, but he doesn't have enough mana for that.
7 mana. Oh, sorry, 8 mana. I'm a fool. There's so many 5s in Holy Fire. It's like heal for 5, deal 5 damage, and then all of a sudden they just say, oh yeah,
it costs 6.
Yeah, exactly. Tricked you. All right, so he's going to get a... He's going to realize that this is a... Wow, I wonder if he would decide to Cabal first, knowing that it's Freezing Trap, just to be able to get that 1-1 trade-off.
But then he's losing out on his Cabal. And the Pyromancer Circle of Healing is not a viable option here to clear that, just because it'll heal the Huffer before it does damage.
True that, but no one would ever make that mistake, right?
He's saying that because he made that very mistake.
And talked about it yesterday.
The entertainment value of this stream must go up
exponentially if viewers are watching the Open Finals as well.
Yeah.
Because that's where you get to know us a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you really get to get those ridiculous inside jokes that we throw out.
All right.
And you guys can be a part of those inside jokes.
Seriously. Just tune in.
Then they become outside jokes.
Great ad. I'm surprised he actually didn't drop the Cleric Pyro Circle there and just pray for a second spell. It's like he's if he hasn't changed his deck from yesterday, which again he's allowed to do, he has those Holy Smites.
The Silence as well.
Silence, exactly. That's a great deck card, deck tech.
Yeah. Silence would be a fantastic card to draw actually right now, because not only are you clearing the Huffer out, but you'd also be silencing that high main, which would then allow you to trade the Cabal Shadow Priest. So that would be a gargantuan draw.
Huge draw.
Mammoth draw.
I'm not going to go down that road. Cleric Circle is my best guess as to what he does immediately upon seeing the board in turn 9.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for it? Cleric Circle.
Double Cleric.
Sometimes you got
Injured
go full
Blade
cleric.
Master? No, sometimes. No, never go full Noxious. Especially against a Priest.
Yeah.
When I first started playing Control Priest, I'd be like, late game, oh, might as well just throw down my...
Might as well just drop it.
And then he just plays like all of his cards, Pyromancer.
Pyromancer Circle ends
no,
up being
Pyromancer's like,
65
Holy Smites
damage.
my face, and then circles, and then I overdraw by like 8 cards. It's brutal.
All right, so he's going to go ahead and clear that 6-5 off, left with just... So, yeah, so now what does he do, though? If he had played that other Pyro...
Circle. Double Northshire Circle.
Do it, man. Oh, the dream. Single Northshire Circle.
He would have
get him
drawn
up to
10 cards.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't even get him up to 10 cards. It
Well,
would
single
draw him
Northshire,
10
yeah.
cards. Oh, okay.
All right, what's this going to be? Freezing Trap. Explosive. And he healed first.
Keeps it alive. He's not really in any type of dangerous health levels here. So Max is looking really good
Yeah,
here.
looks like he's stabilized. Noxious is in a really difficult position.
This Hunter deck is just fitting in so many things that I never thought you could fit in all at once. He's got tracking as well as Hunter Marks as well as Loot Hoarders. This is a Hunter deck that's reminiscent of earlier in this month.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sort of evolved now. Hunters have gone from like base Hunter, and then they went, oh, let's go Death Rattle Hunter, but still with a lot of aggressive cards. And then now it's more, hey, why don't we put Yetis in there?
Yeah, it's trended back towards the mid-range we saw around the release of Nex.
At this rate, eventually it's going to be, you know what, let's put Spectral Knights in it. What about a Cairn? Baron Geddon!
Control Hunter.
And then it's just going to become the Control Warrior, but just with a Hunter.
Yeah. Oh, he's going full Northshire. Didn't heal first. Didn't heal his Blade Master first. Guess he just wants to heal face.
Oh, God. Here we go.
There we go.
Here comes this whole
Another
deck.
2 cards. Noxious is not looking happy with that one, though. Virtually nothing. Oh, now he's looking happy. Noxious is always happy. What are we talking about?
He looked happy, and then he rolled his eyes.
Yeah, I'm just not. You know, maybe the Hunter's Mark goes down on the 4/6, and he trades in his 1/1, gets the 2 tokens back. But even then, it's like that's so weak to Pyro.
Yeah,
We're at the stage where Max has those huge late game cards like Ysera or Mind Control. And any threat Noxious is realistically going to be able to put down, like the Savannah High Main, it's just going to get easily taken care of by Max.
Yeah. I don't know what he can do.
He can Hunter's Mark the 4/6 and then concede. Oh wait, nope, I hit my limit. I'm already making that joke once today. But
he could Totem, see what he gets. Maybe he'll get the Spell Power Totem, then he can concede.
Noxious just really in a tough spot. I think it's over.
Oh, here's what he can do. He can Hunter's Mark the Injured Blade Master, put the Leper Gnome down, trade the Haunted Creeper into the Injured Blade Master, Hero Power, then concede.
That's tricky. No Deadly Shot. Wow. Saving that for Ysera. Watch just the huge swing turn as Max plays as Ysera and Noxious gets a lucky 1-3 Deadly Shot. Completely just changes the game.
This Hunter deck is very interesting, and it seems like it's catered to counter very specific types of decks with the Deadly Shot. I mean, it's great against those one-hit wonder decks that play a card, and that's what they're deck is based around. I can imagine this deck is pretty good against Miracle Rogue. But that's, I mean, the Deadly Shot is just such an inconsistent card here.
Yeah.
And you can tell just right now, he had the option of throwing the Deadly Shot into 4 creatures.
Right away.
I don't know what he can even draw to pull him out of this type of situation.
Yep. Well, luckily, it's now a 1 in 2 chance if he trades that creeper into the 1/1.
1 in 2. Oh, the Ysera Awakens.
Sadly, that 1/1 token is not a beast as well.
Oh,
and he gets it. Nice.
Max is very surprised. Well played.
Well played. Ha! Well played.
Maybe he'll go and have himself a giggle.
All these Brits. Oh, man, and the full North Shark continues.
Yep.
He's, I wonder how many cards are left. I mean, Max is in just such a dominant position. It's like all he has to do is just heal
Not
face every
hit
turn.
fatigue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Or just end the game.
Yeah.
In the game in the next 2 turns.
Oh, the worst card to draw when you're on that 10 mana.
Yep.
Wow. Especially when you're top decking. And his hero power is just going to negate the hero power of... Max's hero power is going to negate the hero power from Noxious every turn.
Yep.
Noxious is not impressed. Gives us a yawn. You've activated my trap card. My third deck is crazy.
This guy's deck is crazy. Yeah, I wonder if he's going to decide to try and push through some card draw with that circle. He's definitely got the option. He's got the Blade Master.
I don't think it's necessary at all. Well, but who cares about whether or not it's necessary?
Exactly.
All he cares about is whether or not it's fun.
Ooh, Zombie Chow too. Dark Cultist. No real sense to play the Zombie Chow, I guess, just in case of... Well, you know, at this point it doesn't even matter. You can play anything you want. You're out of single card draw lethal range, and that's going to be the game. Going to...
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's the Undertaker at the very bottom of his deck. It's like card number 20.
And there's the concede.
That's going to be the concede from Noxious. At least he looks happy while doing it.
Back in this series, down 2-0, Max just 1 game away. And put it on the back of that Hunter.
Wow, actually throwing back the Eviscerate. That's the sort of card which you can, especially when you're on the coin, you can coin out and deal with an Undertaker very easily. Oh no, and instead he gets double prep. It's just such a slow start against Hunter.
Yeah. That makes for a bigger Van Cleef, though.
Yes. I like how you're just like, yeah, Van Cleef. It's like, Max just says, yeah, freezing trap.
Nox is gonna, we're not gonna see the Van Cleef this game. Nox is gonna contact me and say, hey man, I don't even run Van Cleef.
Everyone runs Van Cleef.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, Noxious is not
Yeah,
happy
Nox
with that
just laughed
start.
at me too.
Yeah, he's laughing at your jokes. Oh, good one, TJ. That's good. You got one person to laugh at your jokes.
Yeah. It's too bad it's fake.
Oh, there it is though.
No!
Backstab, coin, prep, Van Cleef. If he does this, yeah, Fan of Knives first for sure. Wow. Only an 8/8.
That legitimately could have been a 12-12.
It really could have.
Did I
And
call
then-
that or did
boy,
I call that?
I was the one who said 12-12, man.
Well,
Don't
I
take
just
that
said
away.
Van Cleef.
That is true.
Go risky.
That is true. It is a risky Van Cleef, but there's the freezing
Ooh.
trap.
Okay, well, this is a perfect turn to play the Arcane,
Arcane
Golem.
Golem.
Who cares if you're given 100 more mana?
Yeah.
You got 2 cards.
Yeah, he will be able to sneak in that 8 damage, but that Hunter's Mark.
Sneak it right in.
Sneak it. Yeah, exactly. It's not exactly suspicious or sorry, stealthy. Wait a second. Why am I at 22? Oh, right. The board shook.
Yeah.
Heaven opened up. Yeah, I like that play though. That's playing around a Hunter's Mark. I wonder if that was intentional from Noxious because this is the first time that he's seen Max's Hunter deck. Not everyone's running Hunter's Mark these days.
Yeah. And
Wow.
this turn.
And the conceal
man.
off the top.
That is.
Max just got a little bit surprised there.
17 health.
Wow. That is a super strong.
I don't think I'd even hesitate
Yeah.
to throw down this conceal.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? You're going to put him at 9 health next turn if you're able to put that Van Cleef through.
And then you can just Arcane Golem too.
Arcane Golem next turn. Yeah, this is getting dangerously close to Max just falling down in this game.
Yeah, you're getting down to like eviscerate range, which means just an easy kill on turn 6, whether or not you get your gadgets in, or any other kind of combo mechanics down.
Noxious is really thinking this one through, though.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. There's no, short of maybe a Unleash the Hounds, there's nothing that Max can do without taking that 8 damage to the face anyway. Yeah. But you know, why not do that the next turn where it secures the win?
Yeah.
All right, there's a high main on curve.
I mean, that's the dim light at the end of the very dark tunnel.
It is a long, dark tunnel.
High main on curve. That makes up for him having an 8/8 Van Cleef on turn 2.
Yep. So that's going to be 12 damage going to Max's face if he chooses to.
Yeah. Which, I mean, why not?
Yeah. He could prep Deadly Poison and SI Agent, which is 5 damage, but
or he could just do that
just one
next
extra,
turn.
exactly. Yeah, play the Arcane Golem on curve. The only reason you wouldn't want to is if you're playing around some kind of 8 mana combo from Hunter, which could be Hero Power, Kill Command for a total of 18.
Yeah.
But even then, oh wait, actually, you know what? If he had those exact cards, Max could have won this game because he has the bow active. It would have been exactly 21 damage. But that is just such an obscure combo. You can't play around things like that.
Well, you can,
but you don't.
I would advise against it.
Exactly.
He's got 3 cards.
It's very.
He's only been through 10 cards in his deck.
Right.
That double kill command.
It's very rare where you see one of those moments where he did actually literally need precisely those 2 cards to win.
Yeah, where his deck was just that crazy.
All right. What's he gonna do? Hunter's mark the 8/8 and trade in his.
And then he's dead.
And then he's dead.
I don't
Either
think
way,
there's any way out of this situation.
No taunts in hand
for Max.
Unless there was some bizarre way that he could kill his own mad scientist and get a freezing trap or something like that.
Yeah.
But even then, dagger up Deadly Poison. Noxious is probably going to take this game and bring it to game 4, game 5.
Yeah, he's going to think through as much as he possibly can. Think, what can I do to be able to get out of this? But even just a regular dagger hit would be enough next turn.
We've been calling that a wizard's hat. It may actually be a Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Because there is a belt buckle on there. Oh, there we go. Noxious.
Whoa!
He's happy with that. This time around, there actually is a huge difference, and that is that Noxious is starting on the coin.
Yes.
So he's going to throw everything back and look for that Gadgets and Auctioneer.
Yeah, he did start on the coin last game as well.
Oh, man,
the Van
Cleef. Looks happy. The Van Cleef and the Arcane Golem.
And the Conceal. All he needs is a prep and a fan of knives in this game. Is exactly the same as last game.
Yep. But the other thing is we may also...
Oh
man.
my God. Oh, jeez.
He's done it.
He's done it.
He's done it. He can prep into that Conceal, but put the Van Cleef down first, and that could be an 8/8 on turn 3, which is concealed.
Yeah. Or he can just Conceal first and then make the Van Cleef even bigger.
Oh, what a cold blood, too. He's even got the Arcane Golem, which he can use to proc the Freezing Trap like he did in the last game.
Yep.
Noxious has got to be feeling pretty confident about this matchup right now.
Yep. Ooh,
decides to go for the safer play.
No, this is great. He's going to get greedy, and I love greed.
You just want to see a 16-16 Van Cleef.
I still don't know why you just limit yourself.
You want to see a 28-28 Van Cleef.
There we go.
OTK.
Now we're talking.
I know you, dude. Don't worry.
You're like, I don't know about that. That sounds a little too crazy. Blade Flurry, not the best, but... Oh, wait.
This is just so... Yeah, seriously.
Prep. Blade Flurry.
Exactly.
Van Cleef.
Exactly.
Coin before that, and...
Just for the fun of it.
Cold Blood, one of the Spectral Spiders. Oh, yes.
It's going to happen, man. I believe. Cold-blooding one of the Spectral Spiders, that's actually pretty genius.
Next level.
I was thinking about just like, oh, yeah, you want to conceal it after you play all that. But no, you just think a step ahead.
You play... Okay, so let's see how much mana he has. He can have a total of 4 mana this turn.
Right, so backstab the 1/2.
Yep.
Prep. Ignore the producer saying Cold Blood first, because that would mean he doesn't have the mana to cast the Conceal,
Definitely.
which he may want.
Definitely.
So you backstab the 1/2, go ahead and Blade Flurry. That gets her the 2 tokens.
Prep Blade Flurry.
Yeah, that way you're playing around Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, then you still have 4 mana remaining
I mean, let's be
with
real.
the coin.
Throw half your cards down and then play Van Cleef, and
He's
you're
going
pretty
for
much
it.
golden.
Here we go.
This is it, though.
Here it is. Blade Flurry.
My
Coin.
body is ready. Coin out. Coin it out.
No! Yes!
There we go. The Van Cleef and the Conceal.
10-10.
That's going to be a 10-10.
That's it. That's
We
what
did
I'm
it.
talking about.
Oh, Noxious. Noxious is happy with that one, too.
Yep. And Max is like, why does this keep happening to me?
The
and
look on
next
his
turn,
face.
he can Arcane Golem to pop the freezing trap.
Ooh.
Oh, this is nice.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
But that's still going to get the Arcane Golem. It's just going to prevent it from going back to the hand.
Yeah, it's gonna.
It's going to pop both traps at the same time. Ooh.
Does it still work that way?
Yes.
Okay. I'll trust you.
I guarantee it.
The milk guarantee.
You'll like the way I Arcane Golem. I guarantee it. He's got to. Come on, he's got to. That's 14 damage, Van Cleef, after that Cold Blood goes down.
Yep.
Come on, Noxious.
That is, in fact, a 14.
No, he doesn't do it. All right, so he's going to – that is a good way to ensure that your Arcane Golem survives through the freezing trap.
Yep.
But that's it.
That's it.
Yep.
You're
That's the
giving
turn.
your opponent one more turn to draw into that Iron Beak Owl.
Or the pesky Hunter's Mark.
The
with
Hunter's
the
Mark,
Ooh,
Stone
wait,
Tusk Boar.
He could tank that damage to face.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, he decides not to.
He still can do the same thing next turn, but that just means he's going to take 10 more damage.
Half of Max's life total is going to go down to this single swing
But at the same
from
time,
Edwin Van Cleef.
15 damage Max has next turn. With the kill command, the hero power, 16
man.
damage with the boar.
It's all
Oh, they're
about
just
that
racing
boar.
each other. This is just
Here
a
we go.
race.
It's a clock. It's a 2-turn clock.
What is he going to draw? If he draws a second kill command, this game's over.
Oh, Tiger.
Ooh, that's not a good draw.
All right, but still, you could put down the kill
He's got-
command.
Yeah. So he's
You
got
can't play the freezing trap. At this
16
point, you know
damage.
he's got the Arcane Golem and it's on curve.
Yep.
That would be lethal just off the back of the Van Cleef.
Yeah, he's got to trade both of these guys in here, which really hurts.
Yep.
But it's his only play.
Ooh. Freezing Trap 2, just a hero power. And there we go. There's a clear. Rest in peace, Sir Van Cleef.
Yeah. Still, though, I mean, now Noxious, though, he's running out of damage. Sinister Strike is a great draw, but Kool-Aid Oracle, hey, that also gives your opponent cards.
All right, what is he going to play here? Probably going to dagger up, right? Maybe just dagger up and Leper Gnome. You have so many ways to get value out of those spells, like Sinister Strike or Dagger or, Deadly Poison or Blade Flurry.
Yeah.
He's really got to count on the Miracle.
He does not want to dagger into that for fear that it's an explosive trap, and he's just putting himself in lethal range. But 5 damage showing for your opponent, even if he puts himself at 12 health, that's still 7 damage. With 1 kill command gone, I don't think there's a way that Hunter can do that 7 damage.
He's got to know it's Freezing Trap at this point. He just hit face
Yep.
with the Dagger.
Or Snake Trap, but he's already seen 1 explosive trap, so I don't think he's going to expect a Snake Trap in this situation. But then again, it could be the greatest mind game ever. I'm going to put 1 of each trap in my deck. You'll never know what's coming.
That the 14-14 Van Cleef could have hit his own face off of Misdirect. You never know, man.
Risky plays.
All right, 10 health on Max's face. He's holding out for 1 more turn, wants to sneak in that damage. Doesn't want to lose his bow.
He's thinking about whether or not he wants to attack here. I think that would be...
Yeah.
He does have a secret on board. He's guaranteed an extra charge this turn, but he's actually going to clear this. This guarantees that Mish is going to be really hard to remove.
Yep.
Ooh, but is he going to do it? He's going to take 2 more damage, and
It's interesting to look at the mana, though, because Max is going into effectively turn 9, thanks to that Arcane Golem. Noxious only has 6 mana, 7 next turn. So I feel like you're so comfortable playing big minions that you top deck. Do you really want to be this kind of like fast and loose, get down to just 8 health? There's a Gadget's Hand.
no.
There's the Gadget's Hand, though.
I think he loses. He can proc the freezing trap with the Colette Oracle, clear the Misha. But that's still 9 damage showing on the board. Oh, that's going to be really close. 3 damage he's got to draw into. Kill command will win the game.
He's got 9 damage, just missing 3. Even an animal companion with a good roll. I think he's just gonna dagger up and pray. One more turn. This is what Miracle does best, though. They pray.
You play against your deck, not against your opponent.
Exactly. All right, what's the final draw potentially of this game gonna be?
Ooh,
Hunter's Mark.
That's not gonna help him whatsoever. It's going to put him definitely in range, so Noxious needs something.
Turn left for Noxious. What is he going to do?
There's not that many outs for him in the situation. He's going to have to rely on the Gadget and Auctioneer to draw into something.
Oh,
that's almost it.
Oh,
that's
it's
almost
so
it.
close.
He's got a Cold Light Oracle into the second Sinister Strike or into a Deadly Poison. He's still got a couple outs here. Even a second Eviscerate.
Oh,
that's
no,
not it.
That's not it. That isn't
Nope.
it either. He could Gadget Sand prep.
I don't think he can draw into anything else.
All right, so Eviscerate is 4 damage, Blade 5, Sinister Strike 8.
Oh,
He's
no.
1 damage off lethal.
Wow. I don't think he can draw anything else.
He is 1 damage off lethal, TJ.
Wow. He already used that first prep. There's nothing that he can draw into with that Gadget and Auctioneer. That is heartbreaking for Noxious. And Harry Potter also had some very heartbreaking moments in that series, so it's fitting for that cosplay. I don't think
Snape
there's a way out of this.
backstabbed Dumbledore.
Spoiler alert.
That's going to be so heartbreaking for Noxious. He can't even play the board control game.
Yeah.
That Lepronome alone, if he gets rid of that, he's down to 1.
He's not willing to admit it right now, but he's just going to wait to the rope, try and see. Wow.
Poor guy.
Oh, no.
Max is sweating right now, though, because he doesn't know if this is elaborate BM or not.
It's not
That
elaborate
is going to be the
BM,
game.
but ouch.
Yeah, there we go. Honorable. Honorable out there from Noxious. Max breathing a sigh of relief as he takes the set 3-1 and
Wow.
advances to the semifinals.